the Gracie Academy. Hidon Gracie, Guy Valente, and Henry Gracie. Guy has a school. Guy and his brothers, they basically run South Florida. So if you're in South Florida, contact them.
ValenteBrothers.com.
In 1993, our father created the Ultimate Fighting Championship to showcase the effectiveness of Jiu-Jitsu, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to the world.
And now that every professional fighter has added it to their arsenal, breaking down how they're using it so you can add it to yours. Now,
Brazil.
UFC on Fuel 10. Talk about having lots of material to work with.
Unbelievable. Brazil, the birth of Vale Tudo, the birth of MMA. And this was the first time that the UFC was in the northeast of Brazil.
Big deal.
In the state of Ceará, city of Fortaleza.
And MMA in Brazil today is bigger, as you said to us, than it is in America.
You can say that. It's huge. It's right now on the biggest network in Brazil. They just had the reality show, the finale.
Yeah.
Happened, and the whole country talks about it.
That's it.
It makes perfect sense. Started in Brazil,
Of course it makes
right?
sense.
And now it's back to Brazil, and the people are just happy to have it there.
It's so major. And not only was it back in Fortaleza, northern Brazil, but 8 submissions, you guys. Record-breaking UFC for the number of submissions on a card. So, of course, Twitter, Facebook, blowing up. Like, we have to do a breakdown. We had Metamoris this weekend, which we're going to talk about Kron's fight as well with Shinya Aoki. So we were very busy. So I was thinking, yeah, hopefully this UFC doesn't have that many submissions. We can rest a little bit, have Metamoris focus. But it blew up so crazy we had no choice. And in fact, we had to bring backup. Okay, so Guy is here to help us keep it playful on the highest level, analyze the top 3 of the 8 submission finishes. We're going to talk about the top 3 that we chose, and based on the viewer requests and Twitter, and boom, boom, boom. And what were they? Antonio Braga Neto, amazing knee bar finish against Eric Smith. Eric Silva, reverse triangle armbar finish over Jason Hyde. That was probably the #1 requested. And then Fabricio Verdum's beautiful armbar over Nogueira. Big knock. So let's talk about it. We're going to go through some details. Obviously, we can't go too long on each one as much as we want to. But
As much as Hannah would like to.
let's go over here to the wall.
Let's do it right here. You can be the wall.
For real?
Just kick off you.
Dang! Go. Half guard bottom right there. So first fight of the night, and first UFC fight for Antonio Braga Neto. So here's his debut, half guard bottom. Eric Smith was on the bottom. And then what happened?
There was a wall. And Hannah is the wall. And then he kicked. And as he kicked, go ahead. The guy on the bottom had kicked. And now this leg comes around. And this arm went under. From here, now there's a threat right here of a possible heel hook. And that's probably what you're thinking right now, right? Yeah. Heel hook. And when it's a heel hook, if let's say I have it, maybe you could roll away, go ahead, spiral away, and get out of the heel hook. Rewind that. The problem is that I don't think he spiraled away, correct?
No.
He jumped over.
And there was no heel hook threat.
Correct. The arm went under.
First glance, when you watch it again, it looks like a heel hook, but this is not a heel hook. He underhooked the leg, which if Braga Neto was anticipating the roll and therefore underhooked the leg in anticipation of the roll, he didn't even threaten the heel hook.
Correct, because when he rolls, go ahead and roll, it allows for this. Boom, freeze. Rotate a little bit right here. He fell right into a knee bar. So the hug was perfectly positioned to land in this right here and hit pressure.
So talk about the spider web a little bit, since you have the best analogies.
The spider web, just in general, when you're in a fight, a position like how we were a second ago, right here, you're up a little bit, and I have this underhook. It's the same way like in nature, when the insect lands in the web, the insect is fearful of what can happen, and what can happen is death. So the insect panics and tries to get away. Now when trying to get away, the insect vibrates the web, which brings the spider, and actually it makes the kill happen faster.
So now, the web isn't what kills you, there's panic.
It's the fear, the panic. So the fear of what can happen here caused him to roll, throwing him into, right, the spider's mouth.
Boom.
Done.
So the moral of the story is what? He wasn't in that much danger because there wasn't actually a heel hook yet. Braga Neto was underhooking Eric's leg, but he wasn't actually hooking the heel. So if you would have just chilled and put some pressure forward, he might have had better success. But again, in retrospect, it's much easier said than done. He was very fearful for his leg getting wrapped, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
In general, when dealing with submissions, when you're a little bit, not that comfortable, not that accustomed to these submissions, you tend to want to just run and spiral and twist.
And Jason Hyde did the same thing, which we'll discuss next. He tries to just run and back away, and sometimes that just
Makes
tightens
it
everything up.
worse. So it's the, oh man, the web is not the danger. It's the shaking once you're stuck in the web.
I mean,
So if you were an insect and you flew into the web, what
if
would
I
you
was
do?
a fly, I would just start lay still and meditate.
Boom.
I wouldn't even move. But it's not with the fly. It's not even with. It's
nature.
not within the
Because
fly.
the fly, to do that, would have to know jujitsu.
Now we went too far. Now we went way too far for Pedro.
Let's go.
Pedro's not gonna like this.
So where was next?
Next is Jason Hyde's
Sprawl
triangle.
off the double leg.
So I'm Jason Hyde. I went for a double leg. Boom, sprawl.
Eric Silva sprawled, circled to the side, got the over-under, and then watch what's going to happen to Guy's right leg as he steps the hook in over there. Boom, it got caught. So he has his partial back mount. At this point, Eric's tripods, and there's an underhook on the leg. Look, his heel's hand is under Guy's leg right here. So as Guy starts to climb the leg over the shoulder, wiggle it up over his shoulder, pull his hand out, he climbs it over, and then once Eric Silva's hip started to drop, that's when he locks the triangle in here. Boom, and locked it up. Now, this is a reverse triangle. He's behind him, and there's a choke thread here. It's hard to finish it from belly down. So what did he do?
Stretch the arm, probably grab the wrist, and apply pressure.
Now, right here, I'm fearful of my arm getting broken.
Your arm is done already.
And triangled.
Yes.
So
Before that arm gets straight, what would you do?
before it gets straight, what Jason did was try to get away.
Show us. Lock
Which
the leg
makes
tighter.
sense.
Close the hook a little bit.
Take
Jason
it
tried to
back.
tripod and slip out, which is a common wrestling response to back mount. They want to back out and kind of tripod and slip out.
And leave it a little bit loose. The funny part is that
It probably has worked many times for him and myself and many other fighters, and we escape
Yes.
things sometimes
Yes.
because it's slippery and we're full of energy. But there's a risk. Is that if you get caught right before the escape, now the move has never been so tight.
It gets tighter. It's, it's a high risk, high reward. So your legs are already over the shoulder. Climb up to that final position already. Step over, fall to the head. You don't tripod. His hips dropped. He locked the triangle. So hit the foot. And it's like this. Now,
I was thinking about the idea of doing this, like untying the leg and using my knee to like break this open. Right? Now, of course, this is me after being here for a minute and a half. I say, what would I do? Which is so hard to do. And in general, right, those people in the crowd,
Well, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? It's not that easy. When you're in the fight, in the moment, only the fighter knows. And,
to bring my leg in, push his foot out, pin it down, put my knee there and hope to like break free and break the triangle apart.
that's like going into the problem and dealing with it versus trying to just slip away from it. So it's a
That's why
totally
it's so important to always put yourself in bad positions.
that's why you keep it playful, put yourself in bad spots, and build comfort.
Yes, get comfort in worst case scenario. Now we know Jason. Jason is the homie. He's been here. He's trained before. He's working on his jiu-jitsu. But obviously, like us, anybody can make a mistake in a moment, especially when the stakes are that high, and get caught. So great fight. He certainly learned from his mistake, and as did we. And we can now explore this situation, which we might not have explored if we hadn't had the fight to kind of break down and analyze. Final fight. So it was a deep half guard. Fabricio Verdun and Nogueira. What happened? Nogueira ended up on the bottom of the deep half. You would lay down, please? So there's a lot of speculation about deep half and how street is it and whether you can use it in a real fight or not. And the main speculation comes from what? Hug his north thigh right here, get under there. The main speculation is if you're in this position, how exposed are you to punches? And the answer is pretty exposed. The people who think or kind of, argue with that, they say, well, from the deep half, your hips are pretty, you can move your hips under pretty quickly and create movement. And if Guy swings his legs this way and hugs the other thigh, swing your legs this way, hug the south thigh. Yeah, if you start to the south thigh right here, there are some escapes where you put a hook, you throw the leg off, and before a punch is thrown, you're out of there.
Now, real quick, we know Guy right now Guy's stressing out. He doesn't like being down here.
Yes,
I don't know this move. Never learned it.
But we know that fighters these days will allow a few punches.
Yeah.
Because you're wearing gloves and the guy's got thick face and thick skin, so they allow 3, 4, 5 punches.
That's true.
And that's
And when you're fighting someone who's in weight class, you can get away with that.
correct. And not only that, but if you get knocked out, someone's gonna come in and stop the fight
Dang.
and protect you.
That's a good point,
Right? You get knocked out in the street fight, what happens? Nobody stops. They're gonna stand up and then kick you. So,
Yeah, great point. So anyway, so what did Fabricio do right here? So Nogueira's under, no hook yet. Nogueira's under, hugging the leg. Fabricio stood up real quick, stand up. He started hugging his leg, go with him. Stay right there, stay right there. He started punching his face right now. Boom, 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 boom.
And Nogueira is used to getting punched.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like a professional at taking punches.
So he drops his knee to the ground, and then Fabricio did a very nice deep half pass where the inside knee drops, watch the top leg, swing off, and then he fishes for the backside underhook. Pull your left arm out of there, Guy. Pull your, yep, sorry, your right arm. He puts the underhook, and then they ended up in this kind of side mount where Guy is under the leg. And show us what happened next.
From here, the arm went behind the back, right?
You step
As I
back,
go to
knees.
my knees, the arm's behind the back, so you slip out.
Go back that way.
And now he runs behind.
Here, yes. So as soon as Nogueira knew that Fabricio established side control and was going to go to his knees, he didn't want to stay on his back anymore. Straight up, just get up at all costs. And that meant giving his back in the turtle. Which brings us to another discussion, which is, you know,
Guy spent a lot of time with our grandfather. What would he say about being on your knees like this, Guy?
as the side mount escape method.
Should never be here. Never give
Yeah.
it back.
So even though when we look at a situation like Nogueira's where it's point, it's an MMA fight, you have to get out because if you just lay on the bottom of the side mount, you're going to lose the fight anyways. So he's thinking, I'm going to scramble up, give my back, and hope for the best. So it's understandable, although not recommended as a self-defense strategy from the bottom of the side mount. For our viewers out there.
And some could say that's not recommended even in MMA.
Oh yeah.
And this is a clear example of why we don't recommend it.
Yeah, it's a high risk, high reward. You give your back to possibly get out, what happened?
That's the point right there.
High risk, high reward.
Exactly.
You know, and some can say, are those investments worthwhile? Who knows?
Yes,
Sometimes
it
you go
works.
big. Sometimes it works.
It's like gambling.
It's no negative on whoever does it. It's just a question that people have to ask when they train jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Am I willing to do that? What's the reward? Am I making money or my objective is to just not get beat up?
Correct. Depends what cage you're fighting in or what alley. Okay? So the hook gets thrown in, Fabricio takes the back, he starts hugging this arm, putting his head down, stepping over the head. He just basically went straight for the arm. I mean, it was very obvious what he was doing. And then at this point, the leg ended up under the armpit. Put that leg underneath the armpit like that. It was kind of like that. And then he flopped his hip to the ground. He laid down right here, which was interesting. And if you guys can walk around towards me, walk, freeze right here. So they ended up in a situation where the hip was dropped. Boom. And the legs were kind of modified here, wrapping this. So he had the wrist pretty tight. Now, in this situation, what you've seen a lot of people do in MMA is duck their head to the inside of the ankle,
Other side of the ankles.
and then roll straight over and come to the side mount. Won't, and come right up. Go back, please. Put your head back. So anyways, that is a possibility. And Nogueira thought about it. Who knows if his wrist was trapped too tightly?
Sometimes if it's rotated a certain way, it's tough to roll.
You roll, you untwist your own arm from the socket, so you don't want to. And at that point, Nogueira's arms were so entangled that he couldn't even tap. So people were a little confused, but he verbally tapped, and the referee made sure of it before he, paid for it too greatly.
I like that Fabricio Verdun went for the arm like that.
Yes.
Because in MMA today, when people get here, go on your knees, they don't really go for the submission.
Right.
They just punch with
Yeah,
hopes of
true.
the fight being stopped.
Yes.
For Verdun to jump on the back and go for the arm
Straight away.
it just shows like the martial artist that he is, the technique.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying
Well,
those
jiu-jitsu.
punches are not techniques, but it's just cool to see MMA go that route of going for the submission
Yes.
versus MMA be that violent, like, 35 punches, and those punches don't usually knock this person out.
Right.
But they don't move,
But
and the
the
referee
ref-
stops it
Yes.
because of the image.
Yes.
You
If
know?
he's just laying there, it's fight's over.
And our goal is to keep the image of MMA beautiful, because it is beautiful.
It is.
But it can also be very kind of negative and kind of,
Especially to the uneducated fan who just sees someone get their head smashed into the mat for 30 punches. It's we'd rather just see the submission finish. And obviously our opinions are a little bit biased. Let's keep it playful.
Yes.
So that was amazing. Just 8 submissions, 3 that we had to show. Tell me what you're gonna say.
I was going to talk also about the fact that elbows are illegal.
Elbows are illegal.
Kick to the head is illegal.
Position
Knee to the
back
head
of
is illegal.
Spine,
So they're protecting the fighters
In the turtle.
in the turtle, so much so that they don't allow elbows. And if you start getting punched 10 times and you don't answer those punches, they'll stop the match.
Yeah.
And these are things, like I said, it allows the fighter to stay here because the fighter doesn't want to tap out. They'd rather the fight be stopped. And then they say, hey, shouldn't it be stopped? Why did you stop before? I was fine. Come on.
And also one interesting thing is that the fight had 2 very good jiu-jitsu practitioners who have already done a great job of proving the effectiveness of jiu-jitsu and MMA.
Yeah.
So
Very unique, and it makes sense that it happened in Brazil amongst 2 Brazilians who represent jiu-jitsu on the highest level. So thank you guys for the fight. Incredible knowledge, and anybody has a chance to watch the whole fight, please do. It's beautiful. We have to respect the Metamoris 2 final event. Shinya, Aoki, Kron, Gracie. Amazing.
They don't even know what Metamoris is, some of them.
They know.
Metamoris, no you don't.
They
It's
know,
a
bro.
professional jiu-jitsu event.
20 minutes.
No points. 20
Submission-
minutes.
Submission only. And it was beautiful. So Shinya and Kron was the main event. And Shinya's a very dangerous competitor. MMA, mainly known in MMA, but he's very good black belt in jiu-jitsu, black belt in judo, and submissions flying from everywhere. So we'll run the clip right now so you guys can see the actual submission finish, and then we'll talk about it.
You wrap a foot, trying to step in the center, looking for the pass. Kron with the guillotine wrap. It's a guillotine wrap. It's going to be tough to finish from the open guard, but he has the neck fully wrapped right now. You can see it in the cameras here.
He's got an arm trapped too.
Wrapped.
He's got an arm trapped over here. He's got the right arm trapped.
It's a guillotine. He's got the neck.
It's tight.
He's got the neck. It's very tight guillotine. Kron's guillotines are very nice.
Oh.
He's got it. He's squeezing it. He's squeezing it.
No, he's almost out. Wait.
Ah, he let it go.
Yeah, he was.
Shinya's controlling both of his legs right now, so he
yeah.
can't get up. But Kron wants to square up right now and take his back if he can. Yeah, his guillotines are very strong. Right now he has the kind of a head and arm front, kind of head and arm guillotine situation. Very hard to finish from the open guard.
No, he's got the wrist.
Yeah. Just see Shinya slowly creep around, looking to get that side control, opposite of where his head is. So since his head is on this side of Kron's hip, you'll see Shinya pass to the opposite side, standard procedure. The risk is Kron does still have the neck.
Oh, he's going again for it.
Jumping the arm and guillotine. Holy moly, they're falling opposite.
He's got it again, he's got it again, he's got it.
This is very interesting.
He's got it.
And then Kron instantly jumped both legs right to the hip, throw it all the way in. Boom, he rolled your guard. Yes, and they landed in the mount. And then Kron crossed his feet behind the hips right here and had the arm and guillotine wrap from the mount with the feet crossed. It's pretty much a guaranteed finish. It was tight. And they almost fell out of bounds, but
luckily a friend was there to support his back.
to keep them from falling out of bounds. That's the only problem with the Metamora stage.
In Brazil, they would have let it fall on the ground.
They would let it fall.
And they wouldn't have stopped the fight
They would
on
let
the
submission tap
ground.
on the ground.
Let the play continues.
So amazing finish.
I'm sorry, I don't mean, I mean in Brazil, any Gracie
Yeah,
time.
way back.
Not in Brazil today.
You don't stop the fight when he falls out of bounds. So anyways, Kron had that mindset. He had the guillotine, he jumped, beautiful. Arm and guillotines naturally are a little harder to finish from a choke perspective, but when you're mounted and your body's plugging one side and the arm is plugging the other side and you have hip pressure and hooks and the neck is getting cranked, there's not much you can do at that point, so it gets pretty tight.
We were talking about Shinya's style, very smart. Right, he's very much. He wasn't trying to defeat Kron.
Yes.
Even in the fight, if you watch the whole fight, standing, being smart, very conservative, and he made a mistake and got caught. But it's just cool that he is a smart fighter.
Yeah.
And he still lost, but nonetheless, respect to him.
Oh, he'll keep it going for sure. Flashy as all can be, and congratulations, Kron. Very proud of you, bro. Gracie giveaway winner for the last episode was Jose Cueva, not Jose Cuervo. Jose Cueva with no R. And we asked, where would you like to see the next immersion camp? He asked for Arizona. We got requests from everywhere. Freaking Bulgaria, Philippines, Florida, Chicago. I mean, every country you can imagine, they requested an immersion camp. We'll get to them, you guys. Just give us some time. So we got to decide where the next one is going to be. We have some ideas in mind. Maybe Hawaii, who knows? So he won 12 months of Gracie University access. Congratulations, bro.
Maybe Ceará, Fortaleza.
Fortaleza?
Beautiful place, and that's where the Valente family
Would they want to go to Brazil? Would the viewers want to go to Brazil? Should they?
But then they gotta rent cars. They can't drive in Brazil.
100%.
Especially Americans in Brazil driving.
Oh my God. So the next Gracie giveaway. Check it out, you guys. Look in here, look in here. Look in here. The next Gracie giveaway. Grandmaster Text, Andy Gracie's official book, photograph of all his techniques. Learn Gracie diet, Gracie history, Gracie everything. Performed by the Grandmaster himself on our father, Rodion Gracie. Best coffee table book you could ever ask for. And understand what's going on. Certificate of authenticity, but most importantly, look, before the Grandmaster left us, he signed 500 copies of his book. This was about 10 years ago he signed these. 500 copies, we stored them, put them away, tucked away, hidden them away. And now this year, 1913, the Grandmaster Eddie was born. We're in 2013. So this year, celebrating 100 years of Eddie Gracie, we decided, come on up, bro, join the party. We decided to re-release these books, or release the books that he signed so long ago. And we're gonna give one of these away as this Gracie giveaway. Is that a little too much, you guys think?
No, not at all.
It's okay?
This book right here is huge, okay? The information in this book, my grandfather would say, you can't be a black belt unless you know all of these techniques, especially the ones that will save your life in a street fight.
Yeah.
Which they're all in here, many of them.
So we're gonna give this book right here, is 56 out of 500. We saved this one for you. We're going to give it away for free. The books are also for sale on the website. We have only 500 of them, and they're for sale on the website, gracieacademy.com, but we're giving one away. This is such a... And also, let's give away Hidon's hoodie.
This
Why?
one, mine. You can have my hoodie.
Come a little closer.
You should wear it with
This is
no.
called-
You should wear it with no shirt on. That makes it sound.
Look, it's a French terry hoodie. This is a modified inside right here. One layer, single weave, and it hooks up. Now show them the pocket inside here. Look inside. See this little hole right there? What is that for?
I don't know.
That's for the wires of the headphones for the iPad, iPhone, the iPod pocket that goes in here. In pocket, inside pocket, goes through, put the headphones on.
Correct.
Show them the thumb holes for street fights.
Yeah, you're gonna
Look
get
at
in a
this.
street fight because when you have your headphones in your ear, you can't hear anything, and then someone's gonna attack you. So don't wear headphones when you wear this hoodie in the street.
But keep
okay?
the thumb holes on.
Wear this hoodie only when you're maybe in the gym trying to break a sweat, then it's okay.
You guys, next Gracie giveaway, the book and the hoodie, just because. This is such a major giveaway, you have to do two things. Number one, you have to put a comment on this video. What is the question of the day? What is the comment? What do we want to see from them?
What would you ask Andy Gracie if you had the opportunity?
If you could have lunch or have a class with Andy Gracie, what would you ask him? What was the one question you would ask Andy Gracie if you could get the answer from the man himself?
We've all asked him, I would say hundreds and thousands of questions each.
Yes, chances are your question has been asked already, and once you post it, we can probably post the answer
Correct.
to it. Or maybe give some of the answers next time. That'd be
And if
pretty
we
fun.
can't, Pedro will.
Yes.
Okay.
So, what's the question, number one? Number two, you have to be a Gracie University member. It's free to do, it takes 1 minute to sign up, and you get free access to a bunch of videos. But you can't own this book and not be Gracie University.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense,
No.
right? So you have to go there, create a profile, free, make it happen. If you're already a Gracie University member, just put a comment, ask the question, and you guys are good to go. 10-4, seminars coming up. Midland, Michigan, I'll be there next week. Las Vegas, Midland, Michigan, make it happen. Tuesday and Thursday next week. Las Vegas, me and Hidon are teaching at the UFC Fan Expo, July 5th and 6th. 8 hours of jiu-jitsu, 4 seminars, 2 hours each. You don't want to miss it. Go there 4th of July weekend, enjoy the expo, enjoy the seminars, and more importantly, go to the fights that weekend. Chris Weidman versus Anderson Silva. The party's going down. We've talked a lot about this one, and we'll see what happens. And finally, I'll be in Seattle in September, not to mention all the Gracie Bullyproof summer camps. If you have kids, you know what we're talking about, GracieBullyproof.com.
And I'll be in Virginia in July, end of July.
Links to all of this information in the footer below in the description of the video, and of course, ValenteBrothers.com.
Royler Gracie, before his fight with Eddie Bravo, the next Metamoris will be in Miami, June 29th.
June 29th, Hoyler's teaching there. So yeah, we haven't told you guys, but it was announced at Metamoris. Hoyler and Eddie Bravo 2, they're fighting again. It's going down. Finally, the rematch in Metamoris format. It's pretty major. Many people call Eddie's victory the first one a fluke. Some people have that opinion.
No, there is no flukes.
Some people have that opinion. So Eddie feels the right to go there and defend that. And Hoyler, I'm sure, thinks about that fight a lot and wants to go there and see if he can, decide for the
Yeah.
rubber. Cool. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for keeping it playful. Thank you for the help. And keep it real.
I've been watching martial arts since I was a boy from Bruce Lee. I had friends who actually studied with the Gracies many years ago, so when my wife had mentioned, hey, the Gracies are putting on this bulletproof camp, it was kind of a no-brainer. My kids are in Taekwondo, they're familiar with martial arts, so we felt this was going to be a good fit for them to have some fun because they enjoy that, but also to take something very valuable away from the masters of Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, who better to train our kids?
Would you rather get in one fight? Would you rather get in one fight to fight one time, or get bullied for the rest of your life? Fight one. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. It just matters that you defended yourself. You stood up for yourself. That's the important part.
We've experienced a little bit of bullying at school, and one of the things that I was very impressed with is not only identifying that this program identifies what is bullying, who are bullies. Your best friends could be bullies. Your brother or sister can be a bully.
Your hand. Push him. Shove him. Nice. Now you talk to him. What do you say? Push him again. Nice. Now put your hands up for the fight. Hands up. Hands up. Now when he punches you, you're going to tackle his legs. Go punch him. Punch him. Punch him. Cringe the legs. Go. Tackle. Tackle him. Yes. Now mount. Beautiful.
Just the confidence of a couple simple moves to get him on the ground and to say, I was serious when I used those words of stop bullying me, and you didn't listen, so now we're on the ground and we're grappling.
Casillas, Vincent Davis, and Will Bell. Come on up, please. Congratulations. Good job.
We're here at the Gracie Bullyproof Camp, and this is amazing. My children, they love it. My family, we're totally getting involved in this, and my my daughters are asking for this. We're getting closer as a family. They're getting more confidence, and the cool thing is, as they're learning to play with me, their dad and their mom, they're learning skills that are going to protect them for life, and that is just so amazing. You guys are really wonderful. You're amazing. Thank you so much for doing this. We're happy to be here. Thank you.
Celebrate your passion for the Ultimate Fighting Championship at the UFC Fan Expo presented by Fox Sports 1 on Friday and Saturday, July 5th and 6th at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. Meet your favorite fighters and industry icons. Attend special Q&A sessions and keynote addresses. Train with legends of the sport. Participate in grappling and fitness challenges and so much more. UFC Fan Expo presented by Fox Sports 1 in Las Vegas, July 5th and 6th. The ultimate fan experience. Tickets and exhibitor space available now at UFCFanExpo.com.